Exactly.
What does the Galactic Federation have to say about who still owns this planet?
It's prophesized that human beings, right, this hybrid species that we are meant to be here, right? And the reptilians are free to be here as well, as long as they're okay with the shifting of the energies. And they're not okay with that, because what that's doing is it's bringing the power to humanity, to the people, where we just haven't had it since Atlantis and Lemuria. Because of the downfall, like the lower frequency, and then the control of the reptilians.
So the reptilians are of a lower frequency.
Yes.
And so the rise of frequency is not in there. It's not resonant with them, and it's resonant with us. So it essentially creates a bigger divide between us and them.
Exactly.
And is it that they can't tolerate that new frequency, and will they have to end up leaving because they won't be able to exist in it?
Exactly. So what's happening right now is a lot of them are transmuting. So what that means is like, so, I mean, you could also consider death a transmutation, right? Transmuting is just energy moving from one form to another. A lot of the reptilians right now are transmuting into the light. They're actually they're leaving their body and they're crossing. Yeah, they can't handle the frequency.
They can choose it?
Some of them are choosing to leave, yes. A lot of them, without their choice, without their they have free will, but without their choice, okay, they're transmuting because the higher vibration is forcing them out, basically.
So are they then, is it off to another place in the universe? Is it another reality for them, or is it more towards us?
Yeah, so the afterlife for them, the afterlife for every individual incarnated being in the entire universe is the same.
Yeah.
You really just kind of go back to source in a sense, right? So reptilians go there too. And that's where we can have compassion for them and understanding that that is just a soul who chose this body to incarnate into. Period.
To have an experience.
To have an experience, you know? And so a lot of them are leaving. Some of them are staying and fighting. But what's really interesting is a lot of the politicians, celebrities, huge influential individuals who have signed contracts to sell their soul, who are these shape-shifting reptilians. And you have to have compassion for them too, because at the time that they signed those contracts, they didn't really know what they were getting into. But they are either dying suddenly, right? So this is part of a transmutation, or they can't hold their shape-shifting form anymore because the vibration's getting too high.
We're able to see more too.
So I predict in the next 4 years, the ones who are stubborn enough to stay.
Oh, we're going to see them.
We're going to see them. Do you know
it's not just going to be Adele and Justin Bieber.
Exactly. Remember that girl on the plane video?
Yes.
Did you see that? Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's a great example of a reptilian who just
was that the Miami thing too?
The Miami thing was something different altogether. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Right. But there's going to be an increasing number of like strange events happening because all that has been hidden will be revealed. Like,
and there'll
this
be
is
some
the
very
great
famous
reveal.
people that will be
Shape-shifting, or they all of a sudden just choose to step out of the limelight altogether, or they have a sudden accident or passing or whatnot.
Ooh. Have you been shown anybody or?
A long time ago, I had a vision, and this was back in maybe 2012. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. That one day Justin Bieber was going to shapeshift into a giant reptilian on stage in front of hundreds of thousands who all have their phone on him, who capture it. They have suppressed a lot of these sightings.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah, there's been a lot of celebrity shapeshifter sightings, and they've just shut it all down in the news, media, all that stuff. So in a case like they're on stage and that just happens and they kind of slip their true form, I mean, how do you shut down hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of live streaming?
I mean, unless you got like a Men in Black situation where someone can come in and move back time a little, or
yeah, that's what they've done before, right?
Yeah?
The Men in Black stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. They swoop right in. That's how they've been able to suppress the truth. I mean, come on.
That's what I was going to ask is suppressing information is what is trying to be done. So I want to know what that information is from your perspective. What is the most critical information that they're trying to make sure that we don't know about or we don't embody? No.
Well, there's a lot, right?
Okay, great. Perfect. We'll be here a while.
I would say the most critical information is the fact that reptilians do exist and they've been ruling stuff. The most critical information that can really wake humanity out of a slumber is exactly who they are.
Yeah.
Right? So
that
that is what they desperately try and suppress, and that is their number one goal. And then, you know, with a lot of the declassified documents and a lot of the, you know, UFO kind of an eye roll footage that's been leaked and stuff, and a lot of the government saying like this is real, I believe that they're leaking, you know, they're releasing 1% of what's out there, but they're trying to control the narrative.
He told me, because I'm always looking at their eyes, he's like, look at the necks. See this? There's like a huge indent. Everybody has it in Hollywood. Singers have it, celebrities have it. And this is, see the ridges? The bone that goes across here. It stops right here, and there's like a deep hole, and then it picks up again on this side and goes this way, this bone. It's really strange. And then notice how the shoulders rise up in the back. It's almost like the head just plants down, the neck and head are planted down, and all this raises up. There was a picture of a reptilian I was gonna show you. Maybe I'll find it and throw it in here at the end of the video. And it's part of the structure of the beings that possess these people. See this? See the ridges coming down her neck? That's not human, folks. And they got this big bulge in the center. In my book, Interview with the Devil, the telltale way to tell androids, clones, synthetics, robotoids, is the necks. That's typical characteristic of the androids, synthetics, and clones. And that's from the horse himself. Who's doing all this, folks? He's the one doing all this. Meg Ryan doing the horns here. Yeah. The Thing. Let's see what this one does.